I was let go on Valentine's Day. The first thing, my wife says, great, because you always wanted to start your own company. Now this is your opportunity. My wife and I decided to immigrate to Canada. When we arrived in 2002, and it was me and my wife and two young kids at the ages of 1 and 2 years old. We didn't have Canadian experience, and it was challenging to find a job when everybody's looking for Canadian experience. And I had to work at a gas station for months while I was applying for jobs. So it was literally working at a gas station at the night shift from 8 p.m. till the morning, and then I go home, I start looking for a job. So after applying for jobs everywhere in the area that we were living in, it was in Mississauga and Toronto, I was able to secure the job in Orillia. Now Orillia is about 170 kilometers away from home. And because I needed the job, and I also needed to prove myself, and I needed to find a way to get the Canadian experience, I was willing to travel that distance. It was a daily commute of 170 kilometers each way. A lot of friends and relatives told me, like, I'm going to be spending that much money on gas and also going to be spending so much on daycare. Why are we even doing this? But it was important for us to establish ourselves with the Canadian experience and to be able to prove that we can actually do the job. My wife did similar search. She landed a job at Durham College here in Oshawa, and so we were both commuting a very long distance. But we believe that it is very important to give and not to look for immediate gains, and the most important thing is to be able to prove yourself, and then after that the opportunities will come. Growing up in the 80s, the late 80s, computers were very new, but I was lucky that my family had a lot of interest in technology. So one of the things that my dad did is he brought a computer and he said, we're going to use this. And my father was an academic, so he had lots of books. His first thought was, computers are going to be a hub of knowledge. And from that age, I was given the task to try to digitize the computers and put the knowledge in the computers so it's more searchable and indexed, and you can easily find what you want in there. During university, I worked with computers a lot, even though it was very early. We programmed in BASIC. I was exposed to the Apple Macintosh through one of the trade shows, and I was fascinated by the early graphical interface of the Apple, even though I did not use it at the time, but I was very fascinated by how it was very different from the different languages of computer that was available at the time. So I was working as a technical services manager at a downtown Apple specialist company. We were providing IT services and providing repair services. Now, when we grew the company, when I was hired, they had only 3 Apple technicians. At the time I left the company, we had 12 Apple technicians and doing IT services throughout the GTA. Unfortunately, the company had some financial difficulties, and it was decided that they needed to cut some costs, so I was let go of my job. At the time, it was very devastating. The reason is when you work for a company for over 6 years and you build a department and you grow your market and you hire your technicians and you build your team and you give to the company, then you feel like all this was not really appreciated, even though I understand that they had reasons to do this, but it's still being pulled away from my position and the thing that I love to do every day was devastating. Now that is aside from, the financial obligations that a family has, and that being able to provide every day for your family, and that shock, it shocks the whole family. The funny story that my wife and I talk about all the time is that I was let go on Valentine's Day, and I was, my head was full with ideas bouncing around. I did not end up making a reservation at a good restaurant to go and take my wife. So we ended up going to a very basic, not very popular restaurant. So anyways, we went there, and I was occupied and upset, and I told my wife that I'm sorry, I was just let go this morning. My wife is very positive, very optimistic. The first thing she said is like, great. And I was like, how is this great? She says, great, because you always wanted to start your own company. Now this is your opportunity. And I was like, okay, yeah, you might have a point. So it was decided right there and then that I'm not going to look for a job. I'm going to immediately plan how I'm going to start a company. Where is it going to be? What's the geographical location? What is going to be the interest, and what is the goal, and the steps to do it? And from there, I took a couple of months just to be able to focus my thoughts and decide which way I'm going to go. So at the time, I heard of a government program called OSAP, which was Ontario Self-Employment Benefit Program. So that program, instead of giving people the regular benefits for them to look for a job, it provides training to have people start their own businesses. It was, I believe, a 13-week program. It gives, information about how to start your own business, how to do sales, how to do your taxes, how to start networking, how to do marketing, all those services. So during the time when I was in the program, obviously my wife was the only one providing for the family. We did have the government benefits with that OSAP, but it was very much lower than what we were having before. And we have obligations, mortgage, car payments, kids in school. When I first started this office, it was only me. I was working in it. I was doing repairs for computers, and I was also doing the IT services. Very soon, I discovered that I cannot continue this. I cannot be a company of one person. So my strategy was, whenever I have revenue, I'm going to hire somebody to do the job. Whenever revenue increase, I hire staff number 2. So for the first few years, I have to say, I myself was not taking a salary. All the revenue that's coming was going to staff salaries. And that was my strategy to growing the company. And now we are 7 people. We're all technical. We all have some sort of Apple certificate or networking certificate or security certificate, but we're all technical. We have 0 admin staff. We all do some admin duties, as we must, as I am doing. I'm the owner of the company. I am technical, but I also do admin, and everybody in their own field. But we all have a technical part to play in the company. We do have 2 technicians who are specialized in repairs of Apple computers. We have 4 that are dedicated to help desk and cloud support in security management. And we have 1 person who's basically a hybrid job between business development and IT services. And then myself, I do management and also IT as well, and I obviously involved in everything. 3 things I would say to anybody who's starting a business as an entrepreneur. Number 1, be prepared that you're not going to make money in the first year. That's number one. You might, but be prepared that you won't. Because if you do make money, you need to reinvest it. The second advice I would say is that be open to opportunities. Be open to listen and to serve. Number three, I would say, when you're doing networking or building relationship, give first. Do not try to take first. If you're meeting somebody for the first time, ask them what they do. Ask them what you can do for them before you ask them for business for you. Ask them what you can do for them. I think this is a key point in building relationship, not only in business, in human relationships in general. What can you offer before what can you take? I'm very proud of where Alary is right now. It is exactly where I want it to be, the direction that we grew in and the kind of services we offer. But it doesn't stop here. There's still a lot of plans for growth. We want to be growing bigger. We want to have locations more than we have. We currently have 2 locations. We have a location in downtown Toronto, and we have a repair location in Oshawa. And we want to have more locations, and we want to be able to provide services to more and more clients. And we're not limiting ourselves to Apple. It's going to be Apple, Windows, mostly mixed environment. We would like to support our clients in their environment and provide them with the best IT services that we can offer.